I'm your speaker director, and I'm so glad that you're here today. Thank you for braving the weather. When is the best time to make positive change? Now! You guessed it. In this highly interactive keynote, we will learn the powerful three-step now model to help us reprogram our success story and discover what is possible. Teri Karjala is the transformational life strategist, the founder of Creative Counseling Center and Talking with Teri, best-selling author of Be the Magic of You, Tools to Transform Your Life with a foreword by Jack Canfield. Teri is a thought leader in female empowerment and entrepreneurship. She has combined her 26 years of counseling background with energy psychology and applied the principles of quantum physics to transform people's lives by clearing the unconscious blocks that hold them down. In the real world, Teri is an adrenaline junkie, self-taught doodler, master fort builder, and she's pretty sure she was a mermaid in a past life. She comes with her own warning label. Caution, may contain excessive energy. Please welcome, give us a big welcome for our speaker, Teri.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, as my alarm clock went off at 4:30 this morning, and I see all of you in this audience, and in here in dark o'clock, there's 6 inches of snow outside. I'm starting to wonder if you guys are kind of like whirling crazy, or if I'm just in a room of extraordinary human beings, right? I'm guessing the latter, but here's the thing, I think we're all of it. I think we're both crazy, right? The things that we're doing, we're entrepreneurs, we're business owners, and so I appreciate you guys all being here. I'm excited to get started with you. So really quickly, can we just get a big applause for Melissa and everybody else that came in earlier to set up? I'm telling you, I'm a night owl. I used to be a morning person. This 4:30 this morning. It's tough. It's tough. So thank you for saying yes to you, because there's a lot of people in the room, or a lot of people that didn't even say yes, right? So I appreciate you all being here. As she said, I'm a transformational life strategist. So that's just really a fancy way of saying that I love helping people step out of their old beliefs and into their new possibilities. I absolutely love what I do. So right after I finished my master's degree in counseling, I went in to create a about 9 years ago, it was Elder Independent, which just means I spend about 2 to 4 hours a month in that company. And over the years, we've generated millions of dollars in that. And for me, that just means that we've had millions of lives that we've been, right? And so today, with entrepreneurs, they hire me, and business owners hire me to ignite the magic within, because most of us are by fear, held back by some of us, and most of us know that there's something isn't working, otherwise we have yes. And all of us want more money, more clients, more freedom, for us women, more shoes. I'm just kidding. We want to have a bigger impact, yes? All right, so let's get started today. I wish I could stand up here and say that I've always been confident, I've always, destined, right? But that was not my story. My story, I believe that I was not. So I grew up with this being told that I was not going to be good enough, that no matter how hard I tried, I simply was not enough. I told that I was supposed to be a failure in life, and that nothing I did was ever going to be good. And it took me years for me to transform that. Many of us in this room have a belief that is not true. It's actually holding us back in life or business. And some of us recognize it we're in this place where we're not having all of them. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some simple, proven, highly effective tools and strategies to help transform. Yes? I'm going to ask everyone to play full out. And what that means is there's going to be a time in my talk that I'm going to ask us to play full out. And that means really stepping in and playing full out. Yes? You guys committed to that, doing that? And at the end of my talk, I'm also going to have an opportunity for us to connect further this recipe. Okay? All right, so over the thousands of people that I've worked with, either in the counseling world or in the coaching world or in the speaking world, what I have found is the number one thing is our mindset. We get ourselves in our own way. We can hire the best coach. We can have the best business coach, the best LinkedIn expert, the best social media person, right? But what I have found that if we don't get this right, we don't allow us to take advantage of that other coach. Does that make sense? I'll give you an example real quick. I had a coach, she was working with a sales coach, okay? The sales coach I know in the community, she's very good at what she does. And 9 months in is when she hired me. And I asked her, okay, how many sales calls have you had in 9 months? Anyone guess how many sales calls she had? Go ahead. 0. 0 sales calls. And she's hiring an expert to bring in more sales. And guess what happened? Was that? She didn't fire, she kept her. But here's what happened. She was not making sales because she was afraid of what would people think if I stepped into my home. When people judge me, would they say, oh my gosh, look at her. So she didn't right? She had this limiting belief that kept holding her back from actually, generating more leads. So of course, I was working with her and I'm like, okay, we're making sales calls, right? We're going to put it out there. And that is the challenge was when we hire all these experts, we don't do it. We can't have a household name without the inner game, all right? So when is the best time? She let me up here. So you guys already figured this out, right? The best time to make change is when? It's now, right? So NOW. On your sheet, you have some notes that you can take along, all along with you. N stands for no more negative thoughts, no more negative self-sabotage, no more doing it the hard way. Now, during some of you, I know that know me, I love adventure. And I love creating powerful memories. And usually that's led because I am bored, I have overactive mind, or it's I need to be entertained in front of okay? It's probably the latter of that. But I love, and during the pandemic, did anyone else do this? The longer COVID went on, the crazier my ideas got. Anyone else? So I had this great idea with my daughter. I was like, oh, we should do a mystery dinner. She's like, what is it? So what we did is we took, we had our neighbors and my daughter, we took their masks and then they got different types of food. And I had 5 appetizers, a salad course, 5 main dishes, and 5 desserts, and then a secret. Okay? So they would then taste test blindly these items, okay? And so, of course, I have to put a twist in it, a little twist. So I took 3 items that I perceived would be disgusting for them. They knew that they were hidden in there, but they didn't know which one, right? So one of which was Sam, okay? So the girls, and I had the greatest picture of them. I have them with their mask on, toothpicks, not fried enough. I fried it real good, okay? And they had a little stick with their Sam, and I have a picture of them smiling, like, hey, to try the next one. Of course, I put the Sam can right in front, like, right? So they take it and they eat the Sam. And this is what they said, okay? Oh, this is a good one. Okay. This is a good one. Yay. Okay. Okay. I No, I think it's bacon. So I'm not sure who thought bacon is bacon, but it was not my kid. Just for the record, it's not my kid. And so they are eating it, they're enjoying it, right? So they consumed it, and as their master coming up, my daughter said, Mom, was that spam? I said, yes, it was. And you should see what happened. These girls rips off their mask, they hurl themselves to the dump bucket to like spit out any remains. There were none. And they were, and this is what they said. Oh my gosh, Teri, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten. How did you do that? That was so mean, that was so cruel. That was awful. It was the most disgusting. Oh my gosh, And I had a moment, and I'm like, what just happened? And so I had to unpack this, and we started to unpack this even further. And I told the girls, I said, wait. Before you knew it, you actually did this. And I think that this is what happens for us as kids, right? Even with their own empirical evidence that they enjoyed something, all of the stories that they had collected told them a different reality. And even with that empirical evidence, they could not buy into the story that they actually had experienced. Now, I'll mind you, the only child that had family before was my daughter. Okay? Everybody else, they had never experienced family. Now, I'm not telling people to go out and buy spam. I get that we're in a health, okay? I get it, right? But unpacking this a moment, right? How many of us are living our lives based on some other reality that's not even true? And when we confront it, we can't believe it. For example, one of my clients, she comes in and she's like, I'm and now I tell her, yes, oh my gosh, I see you. No, I've been horrible there living, right? We've collected these stories over time. And so most of us know what fear stands for, right? F, what stands for false evidence appearing real, right? Well, in the spam world, it's called reef, okay? It's real evidence appearing false. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. It's real evidence appearing false. It is amazing how our brains work. So all of us in this room, I'm making this huge assumption because of the environment that I'm in, the people that are live joining us. Most of us understand, and I can talk about the iceberg theory. 90% is below the surface, 10% is above the surface. We compare to our brain, that's what's happening in our brain, right? We have 90% of our brain that's made up of subconscious and unconscious, right? And 10% is our conscious mind. It is said that we have anywhere from 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day. Could you imagine the guy that's like tapping those on? This is my job for the day. So we have 50 to 60,000 thoughts, and only 2,000 of those thoughts. Whatever we're thinking, so we think we're in control of our lives. Like, what? Guess what? What's really powering our lives? What's really driving our lives? It's all of those unconscious belief systems that are in play. And sometimes we're not even aware of it, right? We're not even aware of what that looks like. So, as we are talking about the brain, there's a part of the brain called the reticular activation system. That part of the brain is always scanning our environment to find it. Now, the brilliance of the brain is this. Negative thoughts will find negative evidence. Positive thoughts will find positive evidence. We have our own built-in Google machine, if you will, okay? Inside that Google machine, anytime I put in a request, purple elephant, I'm going to get exactly what I'm putting in, right? I'm going to get you, and even me saying purple elephant, you just have to visualize a purple elephant, right? Okay. So our brains are absolutely processing information. We process 400 billion bits of information every single second. The some of that's relevant, not relevant, right? And so our brains are in constant go mode. So what happens with our brain, with the reticular activation system, we have a negative thought, okay? That negative thought comes in, it engages the reticular activation reticular activation system. It finds our evidence, and then it's going to support whatever story we tell it. And oftentimes we'll find ourselves in the spiral, right? Oh my gosh, I just did this, and I didn't make that sales call, and oh my gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing? And I'm the worst business owner out there. Like, I can't believe I can't get this right. Right? And then we spiral down in here. Energetically, we're now lowering our vibration, okay? And we'll talk a little bit more about that in the next section. But those vibrations have a huge impact on who we're attracting into our tribe, into our businesses, right? So I want to share with you a strategy on helping cancel out the brain and those thoughts, okay? So actually, before we do this, I want to demonstrate this. Who in here, how many of you know what muscle testing is? I'm assuming most of you do. Okay, all right. Can I have somebody who's 5 foot or shorter? Is there anyone? Is there anyone 5'2"? Okay. I feel like I'm a tall person. I'm really in real life I'm 5'6", but in reality I don't think so. Okay, so can I grab someone that is maybe my same height? Will you come up here? And you don't have any shoulders, you don't have any injuries or anything, right? I'm gonna have you come over here because I think we're getting a little too far out there. Okay. All right. Do you have a watch on? Yes. Can I have you take that off? I'll just take that from you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This is how I make my side business, side hustle. All right. I want you to put your arm out. And so most of you have seen muscle testing before, right? And so what I'm gonna have you do is, I'm not testing you for your strength because I know you're strong, right? I'm gonna just barely push against you and I'm gonna resist, right? Okay, so I'm gonna have you feet shoulder width apart, eyes closed, head down, tilt your head down. And I want you to just say your name. And you don't go by any other nicknames or anything like that, solid, right? So just say, my name is Renee.
My name is Teri.
Okay. And now say, my name is Frank.
My name is.
Okay. You feel the difference? Okay. So I want you to think about, okay, I want you to, hold on for a second. I want you to think about that thought or that belief that has been plaguing you in your business. Okay, we're not going to share it with anyone. But what is that one thing that you go back to? You're like, ugh. Got it?
Give me a second.
Okay, because there's a lot. You got one? Okay, so I just want you to, we're going to just muscle test again. I want you to think about that thought, okay? And when that comes up, okay, just think about that, right? Okay, resist. Okay, now I want you to, hold on for a second. I want you to think about, I'm capable of things. I know this, I trust myself, I know that I'm being divinely guided, I know and trust that I got it. And no matter what life throws at me, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, Renee.
All right.
Renee's badass.
And go ahead and resist again. Okay. You feel the difference of that, even with our brains, right? And what we're doing. Now I want you to do real quick, and I want you to visualize. Just you, I think about a failure that you had. And I just want you to visualize that experience. It could be anything. It could be in business, it could be in life, it could be in, whatever that might be for you. You got it?
Okay.
Okay. So I just want you to visualize. I just want you to see it. Okay? And now I want you to resist. Okay? All right. Now I want you to put your hand down. Now I want you to visualize something that you have achieved. You've experienced it. You've gone through it. It was one of those things that you're like, yeah, I did this. I am a winner. I'm a success. Okay, you got it? Okay, you got it? Just visualize that experience, right? Okay, and resist. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your. So muscle testing is our truth serum. Okay. It allows us to know internally, right? And so anything that's negative, it impacts us in a negative way, right? Energetically makes us weak. when we experience positive things or visualize, are you okay? What's coming up? Do you need a hug?
Always.
Always. Okay. Normally I don't make people cry in the audience. Let's connect afterwards, okay? Okay. So, but when we step into our power, when she stepped into her power, or Renee owned her power, she was strong. Energetically, she's strong, right? How are we showing up? How are we putting ourselves out there? So can I give you a tool to cancel out the stories? Here's what I want to share with you, okay? So when we have this negative thoughts come in, we want to cancel them out. So it goes like this, so write this down. Interesting point of view that I have, this interesting point of view. I'll go home with that. I'm serious. I'm gonna repeat that. Interesting point of view that I have, this interesting point of view. Yep, I got you. Interesting point of view that I have, this interesting point of view. So what this does is when we have negative thoughts that come in, okay, and I'm demonstrating this, okay, someone asked me, like, do I have to do the same thing with your hand? No, I'm just demonstrating this, okay? You can do this tool in your head, okay? If you feel like it, you can do it out loud if you'd like, okay? Sometimes people will look at you like you have two heads, okay? So whatever's your comfort level, okay? So when a negative thought comes in, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, whatever the story is interesting point of view that I have this interesting point of view, interesting point of view that I have this view, interesting point of view that I have interesting point of view. It cancels out that thought, okay? And what I would encourage us all to do is I would ask to say this, what else is possible? When we add that, we actually open ourselves back up to possibility again, right? We cancel it out, and then we open ourselves back up to receiving, okay? And if you want to add just some yumminess on this, and that is how much better can it get? So when we perceive something as negative, how much better can it get? When we perceive something as positive, how much better can it get? We start to open ourselves back up to a lot more in our lives, okay? It's powerful. So when we're doing that interesting point of view, that's what it is. It's a point of view that we have in that moment, right? We don't have to get trapped by it. We don't have to engage it, because as soon as we engage the brain's going with it. We just feed the brain a little treat, and it's like, I want more, and I'm gonna go find more, right? Because now we're gonna go into that spiral. So we can do the same thing as canceling it out and going the other direction. Yes? And that puts us back into power, that puts us back into control, that puts us back in choice. And I love being in a place of choice, right? Diana back here, she talks about curiosity, right? Oh, girl, I love being able to talk about curiosity, because curiosity is an emotion that actually activates the entire brain. And so we can be in a place of curiosity, we can activate those choices even faster than any time other place, right? All right, so I'm going to encourage you to use this tool anytime that you have negative thoughts about yourself or about others, anytime you place judgment on yourself or others, or anytime you jump to conclusions or outcomes. Okay, when we jump to conclusions and outcomes, we actually shut off the energy. Okay, especially if we're in our business and we're like, it's almost like this is such a terrible metaphor, but I'm going to use it because it's all I got. It's about, like, squeezing the bunny, and it's like when we're squeezing the bunny, and we're like, we're forcing it, we're going to make this happen, Teri, we're going to make it happen, okay? If I had a bunny in my right, not a good scene, it's not a good scene, okay? We're going to kill it, okay? And what we do when we jump to conclusions and outcomes in our business, we actually shut off the energy, kill the energy, okay? So if we can stay open, it's way more serving for us when we can be in that place of receiving. People always ask me, how often should I be doing this tool? And I joke to them that, we have 50 to 60, 40 to 50 unconscious thoughts a day. If we do this 10,000 times a day, we're winning, right? But in honesty, if you do this like just 50 times a day, here's what I'm going to give you a tip too. If you write this out on a couple Post-it notes just to help train the brain, put a Post-it note at your desk, put a Post-it note on your refrigerator, put a Post-it note on your computer, right? Just to start training the brain to start seeing a different reality. Okay, it's amazing when you start to do this, even if you did it like 50 times a day, right? What you will see and what you'll notice, it's showing up in your life. It's pretty profound. All right. The other thing that you can do, and I encourage us all to do it tonight, is go home and teach somebody this tool. Okay, you are welcome to go teach it, and here's why. When you teach it to somebody else, it anchors it in for you. You're winning, they're winning. Yes. And if you have family members, adult children, older children, and you want to teach this tool to them. Okay? I wish someone would have taught me this when I was 13, 15, 18, right? To cancel it out. I would be probably way different. So teach them a tool, and if you want to come up with a code word, like the purple elephant, when you're catching somebody else in that negative spiral, okay, just have them cancel it out. One more way that you can use this tool is if I'm having a conversation. What is your name? Samira. Beautiful. If I'm having a conversation and Samira is in this like negative, and she's like, you know what I can do? Now, if I love her, I'll say, what, Samira, let's cancel it out. But if I don't know her, okay, what I can also do is I can, in my head, say, oh, interesting point of view that she has, that interesting point of view. So I don't take it on. And I protect my energy, I protect my place, right? And I can just cancel it out. Now, if I say this out loud to her, she might think I'm weird. Okay, so just do it inside, right? Interesting point of view that they have this interesting point of view. All right, so this tool amongst all these other tools are in my book. Okay, so I have over 70 tools inside that book that will help get us back on track. One of my clients, she was a coach. She needed clients, and we started canceling out the negative thoughts. And for her, she was able to generate 7 more clients for that week. And that wasn't a bad week, right? For her, that was $35,000, right? How much, how many of us would like a $35,000 week, right? Of course we would, right? So this doesn't take much to shift it, okay? The cool thing is I always think about, 1 degree, right? When we're in, if you're in an airplane, when the pilot moves 1 degree, within a mile, right? We're so far off the target. 1 degree doesn't require much effort. Yes or yes?
Yes.
All right. How's my live audience there doing? All right. You enjoying this? Okay. All right. So the next one is O. O is open to receive. I know that I'd say half and half in here. We have half females in here and half males in here. Yeah, I'll be honest. Us females, I can only speak for the females, okay? You men are on your own, okay? But for the females, how many of you have this magic cape that you're like everything to everyone, right? And we do, right? How many of you males are like that too, where you're you feel like you're just constantly doing things for other people? Or you're constantly saying yes. I see guilty faces here. I won't let you know, front row. But we're constantly, right, doing things for everybody else. So we actually, we are like these superheroes. And what happens when we don't receive? A lot of things happen. So can I have you? What's your name? Christina, can I have you come up here for a second? I want to demonstrate something really quickly. And now, I want you to catch this. Okay, the pressure's on. I want you to catch this and just throw it back to me, okay? But do not drop it.
Okay.
Okay, you got this?
Hope so.
Okay, so I'm just going to demonstrate, okay, really quickly how energy works. And I know this is super basic, and you're like, oh my gosh, Teri, this is so basic, right? There's a give and a receive, right? But you know what's so funny is over the years, when I do this demonstration, everyone's like, oh my gosh, I get it now. There's a give and a receive, give and a receive. And what happens When we stop receiving, she drops it, not me. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Chris. Oh, wait. Go sit down for a second, and I have a gift for you. So when we stop receiving, what happens? We stop it. We can't have givers without receivers. And so often what happens, and this, I know this is a basic concept. Oh, I have a gift for you. Can I do your gift? And so I know that I have it as really fancy, okay? Because sometimes we try to make our spam stories fancy, right? We're like, oh yeah, like I meant to do that, right? Like that's all purpose, right? But the other thing about this, and I know that a lot of you are health conscious, I just want you to know that that's 25% less sodium. Okay? I know. You're welcome. But when we stop receiving, we shut off the energy. And I know this is such a silly example. My mom and I were up in the mountains in Breckenridge. We went into a grocery store, and I needed two things. I needed a bag of ice and a gift card, okay? I purchased my bag of ice and my gift card. And I go to the checkout, and the bagger, okay, the person at the end who's bagging my groceries, which is just assisting, he's like, ma'am, do you need help out? Or no, he said, can I help you out? And I kind of look and I'm like, I kind of got this, but I've never been asked, can I help you out? And so I was like, yes, you can. My mom looked at me like, what the heck is happening? You can carry your own bag. You can carry your own bag of ice. So I carried my gift card. I carried the bag of ice, and he loaded it in my car. And after this whole thing happens, my mom goes, you can carry your own bag of ice. Why did you say yes? And I said, you know what? I've never been asked if somebody could help me out. So, and he asked because obviously he wanted to help out. I said I was giving to him more than he was giving to me, right? Because what happens when we give? What happens for us? We get the feel goods, right? We get the feel goods. We're like, oh no, we feel good, right? We get the feel goods. So why is it okay for me to deny him the feel goods, right? So oftentimes entrepreneurs will say, I would like to see more clients. I would like to do this. And as soon as they show up, they're like, I had a client literally, she has this really big opportunity showing up in her. And literally, we're on a Zoom meeting together, and she literally put her hands up and goes, I'm not ready. I don't deserve it. I said, you're ready because you are, and how I know you're ready? It's showing up. You become a vibrational match to it, right? So powerful, okay? So, one of the fastest ways to create what we desire is setting intentions. And an intention is an aim that guides action. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that. An intention is an aim that guides action. Okay? So what are the intentions that you would like to set for yourself? What would you like to receive? Even today, we have the whole day in front of us, okay? Because you guys are early people. We have the whole day in front of us, okay? So what is the intention that you would like to set today to receive and show up in your life? My intention today was just to show up with an abundance of energy to have a massive impact in this room. What's your intention? What would you like to receive? You know? Write that down. Capture what you would like to set. Let's speak life into what it is that you desire. Is that a new client? Is that a new opportunity? Is that a new possibility? Is that a new speaking event? Is that a new connection? Is that time with your family, friends? What is that? What would you like to receive today? And write that down. Now, Oprah has been said that intention setting has been one of her greatest tools to her success. And I figure if Oprah can do this, we can do it too. Yes? Or yes?
Are we getting cars, Teri?
Yeah, you get a car. All right, my next speech, right? I love you. I love you in the back. Okay, live stream. So this is only for in-person. All right. Now the next one is for for W. W stands for win more often. W-I-N. Win more often. So obviously now is the time to win more often. So with one of my clients, she came to me and she's like, I've been dreaming about this thing. She wanted to be a part of this magazine partnership, and she's been dreaming of this for 14 years. And we started working together, and all of a sudden, within about 3 months, they called her out of the blue, and they said, we have been seeing you. We'd like to bring you on as a partnership. And she's like, Teri, it happened. My dream came true. But why did it take, why now? And I told her, I said, what happened was, when I met her, she was here. The vibration, what we desire, is here. She was not a vibrational match. And so as soon as we started clearing out some of the stuff and she raised to the vibration, she became a match, right? That's all that it is, because everything that we have in our lives right now, everything that is showing up in our lives, the relationships, the quality of the things that we have, the house we live in, the car we drive, like all of it represents where we're at right now. And everything we desire is out here. It's just a different vibration. And so once we match the vibration, we lock it in. That's how we attract things. That's how we create things, right? And so one of the ways in which we can change the vibration, okay, is changing and acting as if. Now, when I set out to have Jack Canfield write my foreword, I did all the things that I told you to do today, and then some other things. And I reached out to his company. Long story. I'm happy to share the story, the real story, the whole story afterwards. And I called his company, and the lady that has been with him the longest, she's like, "Oh, Teri," she's like, he gets over 200 requests per week, and he rarely writes forwards anymore. You should get a plan B. Now, if any of you know me, I have plan A or plan A. That's what's happening, right? So I said, okay. So I went on, did everything, and, again, Be the Magic You, Tools to Transform Your Life, forward written by Jack Canfield. Now, I don't share this to impress you. I share it to press upon you that we can create anything that we desire. Well, one of the tools that I did, and I'm going to share the screen here for a second. What it looks like in the back of my bathroom in the mornings is I would get in vibrational alliance with a vibration of him writing my forward. So when you achieve something, what happens? Do we get excited? Yes? And we're like, yes, right? So I would act as if it already happened. So this is what it looks like in the morning in the bathroom mirror. I would do this for 33 seconds, getting super excited that it's already happened. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, Jack Canfield just wrote my board. He did it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, okay, yeah. Right? I would get so excited. And I matched the vibration. So 8 months later, he wrote my forward. So what we're going to do, because I don't want to take out all the yumminess, and this is the part where I'm going to ask you to play it full out. I want everyone to stand up. And I want you to put your hand on your heart for just a moment. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to think about that one thing. We're going to focus on one thing today, okay, that you would like to create. Maybe it's a more powerful relationship. Maybe it's you'd like to do something for your business. You'd like more clients. You'd like to be on major stages. You want to be interviewed by Oprah. You want to be on the Oprah magazine. You want whatever it is, okay? What's that big, juicy, yummy, can't believe it's not butter kind of feeling, okay? What is that for you, okay? And now when I say play full out, we're going to get excited, okay? That doesn't mean stand here and go oh, maybe I should. I'm saying let's get excited, yes? Because how we do one thing is how we do everything. And if you're not willing to get excited about your business and excited about your cause and excited about your passion and excited about your purpose, I don't know that this is the right room, right? Because I'm talking about excited people that want to create a really powerful impact in this world. Yes?
Yes.
And we're going to play full out. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're an empath, I don't need to know if you're an empath or not. Just do this real quickly for me. Just close your eyes, and I just want you to step into a bubble Protect your energy. Only allow love and light to come in. You will thank me later, I promise you, okay? All right, so what we're going to do, and you don't feel the need to stay in your spot, feel free to use the room. For 33 seconds, let's act as if we've already created it. Yes? Here we go. 5, 4, go. Ready? What was that like for you? I'm gonna ask you because I can catch my breath. What was that like?
Oh, that's awesome.
What is your body? So close your eyes for a second, just feel your body. You just activated every single cell of your body. You just activated, we like launched it into this new reality. You now feel it, like you're like, I can do anything. This crazy lady on stage said I could do anything, right? And you know what is the amazing part of this? We just shifted your energy in 33 seconds. That's it. Everything that I teach is under 2 minutes. Most things are under 30 seconds. Because I believe that we get to, plug in our lives with doing this, right? Now, I invite you to do this at home. Invite your friends, invite your spouse, significant other. I will tell you, I'll give you a heads up. If you have fur babies at home, they're gonna love you, okay? And they're gonna be like, and they're gonna lose it, okay? But you know what? They're gonna help co-create it. Anytime we have more than one person thinking the same thought, we actually are in co-creation mode, okay? And it actually squares the energy, okay? So we square it. So invite other friends to share this with you, okay? All right, I'm gonna catch my breath. In front of you, you have a card like this. If you'd like to connect with me, this is the best way to do so. Put your name, your email, your phone, your address. So people always ask me, what do you need my address for? That's weird. I love this big thing. It's very high tech. I'm super high tech. There's this thing, I don't know if you guys have seen it. There's a big blue thing that lives on street corners. So if you put your address in there, I'm actually going to put something in the snail mail. Have you heard of it? Yeah, snail mail. Okay. Okay, I'm getting no action, so clearly it's too high tech. So if you put your snail mail address on there, I'll send you something. And here's the thing, is I used to, if I couldn't read it, I'd call you and say, I can't read your handwriting. And I chase and I chase. If I can't read it, okay, act like I'm a 4-year-old, okay? You're writing to a 4-year-old, okay? If I can't read it, I can't send it. And now I'm in this 12-step program about no stalking. So I can't stalk you anymore. So I'm serious. I'm committed. Like on the 12th step, I'm almost done. So if you'd like to hop on a call with me, please mark that first box. If you're interested in really changing the way life is going, and you really want to have some tools to create that, mark that box. If that is not you, don't work on it. And here's the thing that's really cool. Because if you check that box, that means we're going to actually call you within 24 hours. And we'll hop on a call and say, hey, and Mary, say hi to Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Mary's going to reach out to you and she's going to say, hey, it's Mary. You put your checkbox, okay? That means return the call. Okay? If you're not going to return the call, don't check the box. Because she gets really upset. And she's like, nobody loves me. So don't put that on her, okay? I don't know why I'm looking at this table. This table is clearly guilty. Just kidding. Let me just, anyway. If you'd like to grab a free gift, in the free gift, I have 3 really powerful mindset tools. One of them might be a little fun to use, but it's so powerful, okay? So put that box in there. And then if you know of a group, an organization for me to speak at, I would love to be a contribution. So on the back of your card, some of yours, actually, if you have a contact information at the bottom of your card, use it on there. If not, I have some old ones that you can just put on the information on the back of that card, okay? So thank you, everyone. What I want to just really quickly review, N, it stands for no more negative thoughts, no, we're doing it the hard way. O is open to receiving. When you set your desire, when you activate your intentions, you set your desires in motion. And W stands for win more often. We deserve to win, yes? So there's no more waiting, there's no more perfect timing. Let's get that out of our mind. There's no more perfect timing. The timing is now. Do it. If you feel called to do it, trust that, know that it's here for you, and say yes to it. Just like you said, yes to 7 a.m. Okay, you can do hard things. Thank you all for being you.